Hello and welcome to Bible Bites Daily. Today we have reached Judges chapter 16. In this chapter we witness the tragic downfall of Samson due to his compromise and disobedience. Let us dive into this chapter together and uncover the lessons it holds for us. In this chapter we find Samson entangled in a web of deception and betrayal. Despite his incredible strength and calling as a judge of Israel, Samson falls prey to the seduction of Delilah, a Philistine woman. Delilah conspires with the Philistine rulers to discover the secret of Samson's strength, and through cunning persistence, she finally extracts the truth from him. The single important lesson from this chapter is that the consequences of compromise are devastating. Samson's willingness to compromise his Nazarite vow and reveal the source of his strength ultimately leads to his capture, blindness, and humiliation at the hands of the Philistines. As we reflect on this chapter, let us examine our own lives. Are there areas where we are tempted to compromise our values? We are tempted to compromise on our beliefs, our commitments for temporary pleasure or gain? This is the question that we need to ask ourselves. The story of Samson's downfall serves as a sobering reminder that compromise with sin leads to spiritual and moral decline. When we yield to temptation and compromise our convictions, we open ourselves up to the destructive consequences of disobedience. May we be inspired by Samson's tragic story to remain steadfast in our faith and commitment to God. Let us guard against the allure of compromise and strive to live lives of integrity and obedience to God's word. In this moment, let us bow our heads in prayer, seeking God's strength to resist temptation and stand firm in our faith. Because obedience is all that matters in whatever we do. Keep this single word in your mind. Whatever you're doing, in whatever way you are throughout the day, whatever thoughts that comes into your mind, just remind yourself that to be obedient to God. To be obedient means to not fall into the sin, to not give in to the temptation, and to not ignore kindness. So, God's strength to resist temptation and stand firm in our faith, knowing that He is faithful to help us overcome every trial and every temptation. Thank you for joining us today. May God bless you all in abundance.